Good morning, good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? Did you get up and know who you are and what day it was or is? We're very fortunate we get up this morning. It was a little chilly here. Well, it was in the 50s. But it was so nice the last couple of days. Yesterday poured down rain. We were out yesterday trying to get Connor seeing a new vet. That's what we're doing yesterday, and it was pouring down rain. And the traffic wasn't bad, but the rain was hazardous, and we had to go to Jacksonville, which is where I'm moving. And we need to make sure that he has a license and everything. And first you go to the vet, okay? And then you get the shots, and then you get the paperwork that I have to have, right? And then I have to go over to the animal shelter to get license for the puppy, for Connor. And while I was there, somebody brought in a drawer full of kittens and a mama cat. And they were beautiful kittens and beautiful mama. I mean, just gorgeous. They were that gray kittens with white. The mama was. They were beautiful, beautiful. And the man and his son, who was carrying the kittens in the box, the son was. The dad says, my wife works at Walmart, and somebody left these cats at Walmart, these kitties. And we don't know what to do with these kittens, or the mama either. So the animal officer there was interrogating the dad. Well, how come they're not wet? If they've been outside at Walmart, all these things, cross-examining the man. And I was thinking too, now the man might have been stretching the truth. It might have been a cat that was his and had kittens. So they thought they'll just bring them to the animal shelter that they had found them. And I was thinking, then I felt sorry for him, then the kitty cats. And then I heard she said, well, the kitty cats aren't even wet if they've been outside in this torrential rain. And it was torrential rain. I mean, there wasn't any way to be dry in that kind of storm. And so when I left, they were still, interrogating the guy. I guess they get that happen a lot. But the kittens were, and the mother cat were beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. They were nice and clean and dry, and looked like they were put in a box with lots of love, which, cat people will do. My sister was one, I told you. She had so many neutered and spayed in the wild where she lived there in downtown Little Rock back in the day when the kitty cats were bad, roaming around, wild cats. But there were rats down there, so that really the cats will go where the rats are. And so, but then they got rid of the rats, and of course she sold that house and moved on. But you know, wild things and things that we've always taken care of as special are out in the wild. But all in all, we got the tags. But I do think I have to call them because the girl who was filling out the papers for Connor didn't charge me anything for the city tags. And the city's going to charge for. I mean, they're not going to say, well, these tags are free, but they might be. I'm going to call the office this morning because it was just hectic with all the rain. And I mean, and then, we had to find it, and the roads had been blocked, and it was just a mess. But we got there and we got back home. Well, I laid down and I took a nap. I was worn out. And it's funny how something like that would wear somebody out, but it did. But I met the new vet, and it's a vet that's, in fact, is connected to the Eubanks that I went to in Levy. Well, let's see. Well, anyway, the vet in Levy bought the clinic from Eubanks, which was the Eubanks I went to in Jacksonville's dad that owned all the Eubanks. So anyway, there you go. Now that I've got you thoroughly confused and you wonder why you even are listening this morning, it is just what happened. I don't know, but I did not get a video up, so I do apologize for that. I just couldn't. I just didn't have the energy, and I was afraid I'd come through like an old moppy girl, like one of those dear homeless people that are out there. Because my hair was, I was just drenched. And my sister had waited in the car for me while I went into the vet with Connor. And she said the car rocked with the wind. It was so bad. Of course, Arkansas, we were right in the middle of two fronts, and they came together right here. And that's usually what happens here in Arkansas. Two fronts meet, and then we have the consequences. I don't know that we had any tornadoes. I don't know that there was any warnings. I just didn't even check, didn't hear any sirens, so I guess everything was okay here. And this morning I thought, well, I'll get up first thing and have my coffee and make a video and see how you guys are doing and how your world's treating you. It's funny though, I'm making all these little, there's the center, and this is the second round, and this is the third round. I wanted to show you something that's interesting. These were all the yellow centers, remember? And then what I did is whatever yarn I had, I went to the second round, okay? And then I went to the third round. Well, the yarn that I'm using, which is just leftover yarn, is one that I had made some mittens with, and it's multicolor. It changes colors, and it changes to all these colors: purple and green and gray and blue and a light blue, dark blue, green. It just keeps changing colors. Like this one here is lots of gray on it. But it's funny when you get one of these variegated, especially this is Line Brand. It's really a soft yarn that I use for those mittens. But it's really creating some unique granny squares with all the different colors. See, here it is, and it goes from the gold color all the way around to sort of like a light purple. And then it goes on, and then the next one picks up with the purple, and isn't that something? So I don't know exactly what I'm going to make out of this. I'm this multicolored thing, but I think maybe it might be one of those chair purses. The kind that wraps over your arm of your chair. The chair that you crochet in, and it has in the top, of course, it'll be where you can put your needles, like I'm doing now with the cups that Joybird made. Connor or Jill, can't remember. Anyway, Connor, no. So anyway, it's funny because as you're doing little squares like that, it's sort of amusing to work on, just a little pattern like that. That's holding all of them together, if you're wondering what that little thing at the top is. But look at all the different colors in that. Look at that. You never know what's going to look at you, think it would be pretty with beige, don't you? If I use a cream beige, be pretty. I don't know yet. It's according to what yarn I have, because these are just remnant, little, I call them remnants, but they're really scraps, leftovers from other projects. But I've done this stack, I've worked this stack, but I guess you did see this stack. No, I had not. That's not the one. You've already seen these. Well, you've seen them all because I just keep adding to them as I go along. And this one here is more, remember these are more the same. The variegated pink and the red. And then I've started some here that I had run out of pink, so I'll be putting another color around these. And I'll just keep collecting them and make them as big as I want and see what happens to them. There we go. Yeah, but I did get all the yellow centers done with at least the second row. And now I'm on the third row of each one. There. Yeah. And I hate to talk about packing, but I've got to pack a couple boxes. And I talked to a lady who had moved me, and to here, her and her husband, and they hadn't been real well, but she called yesterday and said that she would help me pack and she said she had some friends that would move me, but they could only move me on a Saturday. I explained to her, I said, well, that's great, but they won't let me move on a Saturday. They have to be there. The staff and stuff has to be there to check all the furniture coming in. So it has to happen during the week. But I thought it was very nice of her because she did everything for me. She did. She was amazing when I moved in here. I was a wreck. If you remember, you might have seen the video. But, yeah, her name's Cruz. She's a sweet girl. I don't have anything really cheerful today. Oh, the cheerful thing, yes! Da, 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 I got coffee this morning. And Connor's sitting at the foot on my footstool, and I have my little kitty cat socks on. If you see my kitty cat socks, they're so cute. Let me show you. I thought they were doggies when I got them, and I think they are doggies. Aren't they doggies? I can't tell. I think they're doggies. I meant to get doggy socks for myself. They had them on half price at Joann's when I was there, a month or so ago. Yeah, I think these are puppies. I think, because the eyes are round instead of, slanted. But who knows? They're cute, and I thought, okay, I'll wear theirs this morning. They match my sweater, and I like to be color coordinated. Of course, it doesn't match my purple of my gown, but... And you keep seeing this purple gown is because I only have a few clothes out, and I'll be wearing them over and over for the next week anyway, because I'll have everything else pretty well packed. I did run into a lady at the veterinarian, and she had brought her puppy about the same age as Connor, and they were talking to each other, and we were talking to each other, and her dog's name was Charlie, and my last puppy's name was Charlie. So we started talking anyway for a while, and I had mentioned that I was moving to the area and moving into the towers, and she said, well, my mother lived there and she loved it. And I said, well, oh, that's good to hear. So everybody that I've run in contact with, their mother lived there. And I kept thinking, I must be really old when I'm looking at these people, and I think they're my age when they're not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that's about, but yeah, when I think I'm talking to someone, I think they're that I'm their age. But I'm not. I'm 20 years older than most of them. But those are the folks that are out. You'll see a lot of people out my age anymore, or in places that I've been. Let's see if we have any comments today, from yesterday, even. See what's going on. Here's Itsy. I hear her in there. Okay, let's see. Comments. There we go. Comments. There we go. Let's see. The first one's Matt. Well, Matt, you're going to be the first one, aren't you? This is Good Morning, Mema. Saw a robin in the backyard. Spring is definitely here. Thank goodness. Yes, it is. It is. It is. Oh, I read this yesterday, didn't I? From you, Matt, and Lily and Boo Boo and your niece. Yes, I know. Oh, I just didn't have any today. Okay, well, that's okay. You're probably tied up like I was yesterday with the way things go. But let's see if I can, since I have no comments, I guess I'll continue to rattle about whatever. Oh, I hope your weather's getting spring-like everywhere. I haven't looked at the weather. I wish I had, but, oh well, that's okay. My adventure yesterday was good, except for I'm going to have to call the city. But I'll leave you now. And y'all continue on a wonderful day, because you're special. You're very, very special. And you do a belly laugh today. Do like this. Oh my gosh, that was funny. That was funny. Oh, laughter is so wonderful. And April Fool's Day's coming up soon, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Well, remember, God has you in the palm of His hand. Pray for Mother Earth, the birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees, and for each other. Because you are special. Special. Bye-bye.